Whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. There's a body right. There's a body right there, right in front of you.
The body they're talking about, that's of 16-year-old Yi Meng Young. Now, she survived the crash of the Asiana Airlines flight that arrived at San Francisco. That was last July. But then she's run over not once but twice by firefighters arriving at this chaotic scene. CNN's Renee Marsh has the disturbing video of the moment of impact. Again, a warning. The video's pretty hard to watch.
This chilling video up close of the burning Asiana fuselage is shocking the family of one crash victim.
Whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. There's a body right. There's a body right there, right in front of you.
Investigators say that body is 16-year-old Yi Meng Young, who the San Francisco medical examiner says was still alive at that moment. Surviving the crash, she somehow managed to escape the aircraft and came to rest in this grassy area. Within minutes, firefighters arrive on the scene. You can see them walking by her, even waving a fire truck around her. But not a single firefighter stops to check her pulse or see if she was breathing.
At least 5 firefighters who saw her, who understood she was there, and none of them did the basic step of checking if she was alive.
As the fire on the plane continued to rage, this truck moves into position and here rolls over Yi's head, killing her. But sadly, it does not end there. Another firefighter jumped into this rescue truck, allegedly without proper equipment or a spotter. The truck maneuvered into the area where Yi Meng Young was located and rolls over her a second time.
It's unthinkable. It's unimaginable, because the first thing that, the first priority of the firefighters or any rescue personnel is saving lives. The person that needed their help the most was Meng Young, and that's the person they didn't help.
Her family has filed a wrongful death claim against the city of San Francisco, saying rescuers breached their duty of care to Yi Meng Young and were grossly negligent.
Initially, what was being said was that she was covered in foam, no one saw her, and she was run over. But that's not what the videos show.
This is so sad there. Let's bring in Asiana contributor, criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson. Joey, what kind of case does the family have here? Because, again, you see the video, and Renee points it out in the piece. Nobody tends to this young girl. You know, takes vitals, takes pulse. Is she okay? It's like points out body and then walks away, leaving her vulnerable.
Sure, Mike. It's, you know, it's very entirely tragic and sad, and you feel for her and you feel for her family. And certainly there are two perspectives here, and let me just give you what they are. From the perspective of the family, it's something that is grossly negligent. If you are a first responder, it is your duty to put everyone as a priority. And in tending to that duty, what do? You at least check to ensure that there's a pulse there. You check to preserve the human life and the dignity of that life, as opposed to rolling over it and being grossly negligent and violating a duty that you hold so dear and true. On the other hand, from the perspective of the fire department, remember the nature of the scene, and this will be argued. It's a chaotic scene. There are 307 people on that plane. You want to tend to those passengers and ensure that they're safe as well. So under the nature of the circumstances, you have to balance all of that. And in doing that, perhaps the argument is going to be that they weren't negligent and didn't overlook it, but they had larger priorities, not that every life isn't important, but the priority is to preserve everyone, not at the expense of someone. And so those will be the competing factions as the lawsuit moves forward, Mike.
Yeah, and to follow, I'm sure a lot of reviewers saying, okay, we get that. It is a chaotic scene, but you had a young girl laying on the ground. There was no foam on her at that time. I mean, the argument on the family side, coming back to you, and I want to hear how you can argue it, why doesn't someone stay with her, tend to her, make sure nothing happens to her?
Sure, Mike. I mean, under the best of circumstances, if the environment was not as chaotic as it was and it was more stable, then you could certainly expect that. And the argument from the family is going to be, notwithstanding the chaotic scene, she should have been tended to anyway. However, the fire department is going to say that things were a mess. The plane, anything could have happened. Could it have blown up? Could have exploded? Could have dozens, hundreds of people have lost their lives? And under those circumstances, when we make a judgment that perhaps someone is dead, we want to try to save the greatest number of people we could. And at that time, thinking, right, wrongly that she was dead, we went and we tried to preserve the dignity of everyone's life. And that's what's going to be argued here, and that's how it'll play out in court. Mike.
All right. Hey, Joe, it was good talking to you. Thanks again for your legal insight on
Pleasure's
that.
mine.
All right.
Always.